Good evening. Welcome to News Center. With more than a week since the ROK-U.S. summit in Gyeongju, questions are mounting over when the two sides will release the joint fact sheet outlining their discussions on trade and security. South Korea's presidential office says it may take longer than initially expected. Also, it seems like the top office is betting on the tariffs to stay regardless of any Supreme Court ruling. Our presidential office correspondent Song Yoo-jin starts us off.
It seems like the release of the joint fact sheet between South Korea and the United States covering both trade and security negotiations may take longer than expected. A senior official from South Korea's presidential office told reporters on Friday that discussions are still underway to finalize the document. The source explained that adjustments are being made to parts of the text related to security matters and that it is difficult to specify when the document will be made public. This comes after earlier expectations that with, quote, no major differences, the announcement could be made this week. On the trade front, however, there are reportedly no major sticking points at the moment. The same source downplayed concerns that a potential U.S. Supreme Court ruling against U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff policies could invalidate tariff negotiations, saying the Trump administration would have countermeasures in place. The official also addressed where South Korea's nuclear power submarines will be built. Following his summit with President Lee Jae-myung last week, President Trump posted on social media that he had given approval to build a nuclear power submarine, mentioning that the sub will be built in Philadelphia. According to the source, however, discussions between the two leaders last week were based on the premise of Seoul building the submarine's hull domestically while sourcing fuel from the U.S.
연료 공급을 허용을 해주시면 저희가 저희 기술로 재래식 무기를 탑재한 잠수함을 여러 척 건조해서.
The official added that major issues discussed between Lee and Trump will be reflected in the upcoming fact sheet, signaling that nuclear power submarines will be among them. The joint fact sheet carries significant weight as it will include the results of the months-long roller coaster-like trade talks, as well as decades-old security issues, including nuclear power submarines and reprocessing spent nuclear fuel. It's no surprise there is so much attention on what the document will contain and when it will finally be released. Song Yoo-jin, ROK-U.S.